Daylight come and me want go home.
And CEO of the California Black Chamber of Commerce, inviting you to join the chamber in celebrating KBLA's first birthday. This summer, every Friday is $5 Friday. Just go to calbcc.org or KBLA1580.com
No fumes.
or KBLA1580 the app. Click on the
Just
Happy
the
Birthday
wipe
First
down.
Anniversary tab and chip in $5. That's it, just $5. Help us spread the word about KBLA Talk 1580. I got $5 on it. How about you? I got $5 on it.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
Bye-bye, little girl.
She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Well, I would say, the first decision you have to make is whether you want things to be better or worse. And it seems to me that better is a better aim. And if that's what you want, then you can orient yourself to becoming fully on board with that. That's your motif. And I would say that's love in the religious sense, is that love is the desire that all things flourish. And you might think that's evident. It's like, it's not evident. This is hard because things are difficult. It's easy to become spiteful and bitter and resentful, and to be self-denigrating and not to work for your own furtherance because you're ashamed of who you are, like deeply ashamed, maybe even ashamed to be human. The destructive species that we are, constantly raping the planet, that self-loathing can go very, very deep. So this is hard. But that's the first thing. Do you want things to be better or worse for you and for the people around you? It's like, well, so that's your goal, to make them better. Perhaps that's your goal. When I was a clinician, that's what I was always working on with my clients. It was like, I'm on the side of you that's aimed at making things better. No unconditional positive regard, because there's going to be parts of you that are working at counter purposes to that, and we're not on their side. They're to be judged and dispensed with, not in a contemptuous or dismissive manner, but with the knowledge that those elements of your personality are not serving the goal. And that doesn't mean that might be bringing them on board. So if you're aggressive, that can serve the good. That can make you persistent and committed and immovable, all those things. And then the next thing I would say is, watch for resentment, arrogance, and deceit. They're your enemies. And see if you can
We got another one, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very powerful topic on the way up. Relationships are hard enough, man. What does it mean to have your ish together? Lord have mercy. Life is hard. Relationships are hard. And as you've heard me say numerous times, mostly everybody you meet is a work in progress. So when will you ever really have your ish together enough to take your relationship to the next level? Don Amici, happy birthday, brother. He brought up somebody that is a very powerful example. Donald Trump got his socially accepted ish together. What does that mean? He could fall forward, make mistakes, look crazy, say crazy things, but because he's wealthy, he all right. This is the most trouble Donald Trump has ever been in his life. Will he be prosecuted? We don't know. But for the most part, he's been reckless his whole life. But socially, being wealthy and having money and having resources, it has made him a catch in relationships. How many times has he been married? How often does he date young women? Right? Just think about it. What does it mean to have your ish together? Your ish can be together with regards to what society says together is. Great education, job, career, bread, homes, cars. It's a lot of rappers that so-called got their ish together on paper. But what does it really mean? Having money, having resources, having wealth, none of that guarantees success in relationship. Listen, I got to ask some questions. If you got your stuff together, did you just get the stuff on the outside together? Did you get the stuff on the inside together? And what's the difference in the process? Getting your external stuff together versus getting your internal stuff together. I asked a very heavy question. Can a living work in progress ever be ready for serious relationships? Oh, what makes a relationship serious? When we come forward, the voice of reason shall continue to stoke this fire. The number is 1-800-920-1580, but I want to hear from you. When we come forward, let's discuss.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear.
Bang, bang. What up? Hey, I'm number 38 on the lights. Who gonna follow me on the
I thought
lights?
getting my bachelor's degree was going to get me out of this dead-end job. I just want to make more money. It seems a bachelor's just doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah, you're right, Kiara. Now you really have to get a master's degree to maximize your earning potential.
I know, but with a full-time job, kids and family responsibilities,
Hey, I feel like I'm shipping out bottles of this every day.
How'd you do that?
He is risen. Who's gonna support tonight? I'm going to the post office tomorrow, Friday. Who's gonna support tonight? Show your brother love. Show your brother some love.
Management has financial aid and scholarships available, and they're enrolling now for fall 2022 classes. Just go to ciam.edu or call 626-350-1500 to get started today.
What was the website and phone number again? I'm calling right now.
ciam.edu or call 626-350-1500. Enroll for fall 2022 classes and get your future started today. California Institute of Advanced Management. Management that matters.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years.
Only 2 likes since I liked it. Come on, y'all.
emphasis on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cow-cruise-news.com. That's cowcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the home.
Yeah, Trump should have been dealt with.
CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Create big water savings with these tips from LADWP. Shorten your shower by 5 minutes to save 10 gallons. Wash only full loads of laundry and save 21 gallons. Run your sprinklers less each week and save 80 gallons. Learn more at ladwp.com/tips. You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes! The Voice of Reason welcomes you all. You already know my playlist is my co-host. My co-host is my playlist. Soul to soul. Man, keep on moving. How much time does a purposeless significant other have? How much time do you give a significant other, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, someone you're cohabitating with, a husband, a wife? How much time do you give them to get their proverbial ish together? If you got your ish together, how did you do it? What were the steps? Is your significant other on a silent timer? Or do you declare you've got 2 months? Right? You remember how our uncles and aunties that you used to live with, listen, you got 60 days to figure out what you're going to do, then you got to move on. That used to be uncles and aunties back in the day. You got 30 days to figure out your next step, then you got to move on. My question is, in intimate relationships, how long do you give a partner that is perpetually distracted, that is lost in the sense of knowing the direction they would like to go in? How long do you stick it out and hang in there, right? How long should you wait for the person you're dating to get their life, finances, etc., together before leaving? Are you with their accomplishments or are you with them? Is it a combination of the two? And if it's a combination of the two, is it a 50-50 combination? Is it, I like you 10%, but the potential of what you could do and what you could be, I'm more interested in at a 90% clip. What is the balance? How long do they have to take the relationship to the next level? What's the difference between having your social-ish together and your spiritual, psychological, and mental and emotional-ish together? Even when your proverbial ish is together, does it automatically mean that you're ready for a more committed relationship? I don't think so. Not all the time. I don't think so. True or false? Sometimes you have to be lost. Ooh. Uh-oh. I don't know if people want to hear this. Sometimes you have to be lost to find where you're meant to be. True or false? That's a heavy question. 1-800-920-1580. I want to hear people answer that question. True or false? Sometimes you have to be lost in order to find where you're meant to be. That is a haymaker, right? And again, I've always said relationships are a process. They are. Why? Because two works in process are coming together to try to create an overall process. But again, if your internal process is disorganized and your external process is disorganized, the potentiality of the relationship failing is higher, because that's what relationship entropy actually means. It means disorder. Right? Now, a lot of people think that there's order in their relationship because they have expectations and standards. I question the authorship, the origin of the expectations and standards. I question the origin. If the origin is from fear of loss, fear of being played, ego, you understand? Trauma, unhealed stuff. If any of that is contributing to the authorship of the standards, then that's going into the relationship with your ish not together. See, a lot of stuff got to get worked out, right? Before you get in the relationship. Because the relationship's spiritual purpose is to reveal all of it. So if you haven't at least done a precursor, like let me discover some things about myself and what I need to deal with before the relationship forces me to deal with it. So how long does your partner have? 6 months? Because you're gonna make me question if you even like that person, if you were even down with that person. And I'm not saying the time should be indefinite. I'm just saying, how long to you before you quit, before you tap out? Have you ever tapped out on a person who was purposeless? And sometimes people know their purpose, but don't know how to execute their purpose. I've been there. Right? Sometimes people know I'm destined for greatness, but don't know how to get there. How many of you have a priorities journal where you, in this journal, you journal and sketch out in some type of details what your priorities are? It's a very interesting question. What are my priorities? Should I wait until I have my life together before I get into dating or a relationship? Should I wait? Should I? Well, I've already said relationship is the university of you. But I still think you should have some type of solid relationship with self. Many people don't have a solid relationship with themselves. Many people struggle to relate to themselves. And they think being in a relationship is the perfect justification for not relating to themselves, for not dealing with what's internal. The internal is going to manifest, I promise you. At every turn. It's going to manifest at every turn. How long before things should get serious in a relationship? I saw some research on the internet that said 2 months. 60 days? You got people who've been living with themselves their whole life, and they don't have a serious relationship with themselves. They don't have a committed relationship with themselves. What they have are coping mechanisms that they're going to project on their partner in the form of inflexible expectations. And they're going to expect you to conform, to capitulate, to mold yourself to these quote unquote protective measures. True or false? Your priorities will look different for each season of your life. I keep telling you, man, most people got a better relationship with their music playlist and their expectations than they do with the people they interact with. Do you know how many people will break up and leave because their quote unquote needs aren't getting met? Their expectations, the outcomes that they jumped into it for, didn't manifest. They will leave, they will break up, and they will act as if they never knew you. Were they dating you, or were they dating a potential outcome? 1-800-920-1580. I want to talk to folks. Should you take your time to take your time to get your life in order before you begin any type of, dating, something simple as dating? Should you just wait before you do that? I want to give you my thoughts, but I'm just asking the questions first. Jim from Los Angeles, I need you to jump in here, man, and give me some answers.
My man, how you doing?
What's up, good brother?
Look, everybody needs to understand dating is one thing. Dating could be just entertainment. Dating can be looking for a mate. But I think whenever you're mate hunting, you have a season for that. And you need to be in a certain place. You can't be raggedy and have all types of drama going on in your life and think you're going to adequately attract somebody decent for yourself. And because, some people date for entertainment. Some people have relationships, boyfriend, girlfriend for entertainment. So there's all kinds of scenarios out there, but let's speak to someone who's seriously looking or feel they're available for a serious relationship. You have to be in your season. You have to be in a certain place to where you can actually be yourself and not be coming from a position of desperation or you need something from this person that isn't fair, it doesn't make sense. So stay on the sideline until you're ready. And you know if you're ready. You know if you're ready to get with someone seriously and respectfully.
Jim, say something. I want you to go deeper into the concept of in your season. What does that mean?
Pretty much just what I said. You can't have a lot of, you can't be in a bad place. And then also try to form a respectful relationship with someone. And when I say respectful, that means get to know each other as a person and someone who can be a companion to you, not someone who can pay your rent or a car note or, a lot of, that's adolescent pursuits. If you're an adult, And even if you do need some help, let's say you're a single person, single mother or single grandmother, and you could use some help with mortgages and whatnot. There's still a way to approach that and present yourself to someone, but you have to have something to offer.
Say more.
You have to have something to offer. And that can be just your companionship. That can be yourself, but it has to be authentic, and it has to be something that you know the other person could use in their life. You could do them some good just by being that companion. Not everything has to be, bartered with dollars and cents.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who are financially well off who would love some companionship, but how do you navigate it? And how do you come into each other's lives?
Man, these are good questions, bro. I love it. I love it, man. I love it, Jim. I appreciate you for calling.
You're number one in my book, babe.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Man, sometimes you have to understand, man, a work in progress means just that if you're actually working, right? If you're working, that means you're growing, you're changing daily, right? If you're actually working. Now, a lot of people say they working, but really are still the same, right? So, yeah, I'm working, I'm doing what I need to do and blah, blah, blah. But really, they're the same. They're really, this is what I loved about Krishnamurti. He called people clever. He said they're not intelligent, they're actually clever. A clever person is a maneuverer. They're maneuvering and moving things around to try to ultimately get what they want. Even if it means fronting like they're interested, fronting like they are supportive, fronting like they got your back, but really they might be in it for a particular outcome. And for me, when people are fronting, what you're going to see is what I call tolerance mode. When somebody is in tolerance mode, that means that silent timer is on because they can only tolerate you for so long. There's a point that like, I can't take no more. Tolerance to me is the reverse or inverse of acceptance. So again, how long does your partner have to figure it out? Right? To figure it out. To be a contributing citizen in this environment we called relationship. How long do they have to do it? How long would you carry the weight if you had a partner that was still struggling to figure out their real voice in this world? How long would you carry the weight? Even deeper. For people who don't know how to do that, sometimes there's a sense of confusion. Sometimes there's a sense of being lost. How do you maximize the present? When we come forward, Zoe Williams is going back to the phone lines and we asking more questions. What does it really mean to have your ish together?
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Xylon, you got it?
I'm Kevin Brown, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A CDC committee is recommending
Xylon, you got him?
Vaccine boosters. The updated shots are designed to specifically target the current.
Hey, I told y'all.
As well as the original virus.
Hey, when y'all get yours, give me your review. I told y'all.
The banking giant is going to implement the program in predominantly Black and Hispanic neighborhoods.
These motherfuckers should have been sold out already. I told y'all. This is different.
one of the stars of the New Orleans Saints, is in legal trouble. Marcus May, who's the starting safety,
Supremacy.
was arrested
All
on
right.
suspicion of aggravated assault with a firearm.
Hey,
And the
I
state
told
attorney
y'all,
denied
this
the
is
allegations.
different.
Details on what happened are limited. Bond has been set at $30,000.
Come on, Ronan.
May just signed a 3-year deal worth just under
I've been
$30
posting the
million.
price.
That's the latest.
There
I'm
it is
Kevin
right
Brown from
there.
the Bank Information Network and BIN
Hey, Supremacy,
News.com.
welcome back, brother. Hey, I need to hear from all my brothers tonight. Brothers, call me tonight about the cultivation of your purpose. Call me tonight about the moment you got your ish together.
Hi, I'm Jay.
Call me.
President and
Ronan,
CEO
call me.
of the California Black Chamber
When was
of
the
Commerce.
moment you got your
Invite
shit
you
together?
to join the chamber
Heru Ali,
celebrating KBLA's
when was the
birthday
moment
this
you
summer,
got your shit
every
together,
Friday,
dog?
$5 Friday. Just go to calbcc.org
Nzinga.
or KBLA 1580.
When was the moment you got your shit together? BDS.
1580 the app. Click on the happy birthday first anniversary tab.
Yo, both
And
find
chip in
feces
$5.
together.
That's it. Just $5. Help us spread the word about KBLA Talk 1580.
I want to hear from y'all. True Monger. When was the moment you got your shit together, bro?
We're MVP accident attorneys, the personal injury pros.
And what does having your shit together mean? Gotta call me, y'all.
Getting the maximum compensation you deserve. Our team hits it out of the park. Call the pros at MVP accident attorneys at 833.
I want to hear from the ladies too.
Case review. Call 833.
Can ladies get their shit together? Call in. Shaka Q Guru.
When did all the money
Call
in
me.
cryptocurrency become such a burden? Let's face it, for some who are
Hey,
overnight fortunate,
third eye.
cars and fancy homes are just a temporary fix.
Man, call in.
So many people in the world in need. Now there's a place to spread the wealth and keep a family's lights on. Pay it forward.
Fuck that.
and when
Let's
there's
talk
blood,
today.
Plant trees. Party with a purpose and save lives. 3Quality is an easy solution to charitable giving and connects us
Hey,
all.
Shaka.
At 3quality.net, those who have
Here's the
means
info.
transfer tokens to a charitable wallet.
There it
Those
is.
at their lowest point
There's
now
the
have
info.
a
I just
fund
posted it.
financed by
There's the
crypto in which
info
to turn.
for the
You know,
He
this
is
provided
Risen.
Crypto meets charity at 3Quality.
Dr. Russell
Visit 3,
Herbals
that's the number
produced.
3, Quality.net, where every human is
All natural herb. There it is.
The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American and others in underserved communities achieve true social parity, economic
Get in
self-reliance,
here,
and
y'all.
civil rights. For over 100 years, Los Angeles Urban League has ensured our communities have access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth. Programs like BizCamp, Construction Career Academy, Bob Business Ready, and B-Warp. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program are examples of the ongoing events designed to make our centennial mission to rebuild Black Wall Street
No,
right
I'm
here
asking
in LA
because
a reality.
it is we
To
never
sign up
have
for
our
our
ish
newsletter
together
or
to
support
someone
the Los
else.
Angeles Urban League
Yes,
with your
call
time,
in.
talent, and donations, visit laul.org. That's laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League.
Oh, you
is a
can't even
proud sponsor
spell.
of Urban Family Focus, Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KBLA Talk 1580.
Football is back. You've got questions, we've got answers.
So,
Will the
yours,
Rams
house.
repeat as Super Bowl champions? Will Justin Herbert lead the Chargers to the playoffs? And most importantly, who should you bet on Sunday afternoon to make some money? Find out all that and more. Out of Bounds with Martin and Bobby, Saturday at 7 p.m.
It's
on
easier to
KBLA
tell a
Talk
joke than to
1580.
write it, huh?
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time.
That's funny.
Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time.
He learned you how to speak.
Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box.
Nah, it ain't
Just don't
autocorrect.
text
You know it ain't autocorrect.
Stoptexts.
You know,
Stoptext.org.
you wrote
Message
that
from
dumb
your
shit.
family.
It's cool.
Come on, we're gonna be late
to the cookout.
I was just packing my famous mac and cheese.
I hope you packed the Pepto, too.
Huh?
Pepto-Bismol provides fast relief from heartburn and indigestion. You know, that
Hey,
uncomfortable
at what
feeling after
grade
you eat too much.
did
And up to
you
the deviled eggs,
like
baked
really
beans,
learn
and
how to
barbecue
write what
ribs?
the fuck
You're
you
gonna
trying
eat
to
it.
say?
Barbecue ribs.
What grade
Probably
was
pack
it?
an extra shirt too.
Good call.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion.
Like by the 3rd grade, nigga, I was writing. I had it.
The voice of reason with
Fuck.
the Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Hey, let that ride behind me a little bit.
It's been too hard living,
Change
afraid to die.
is inevitable. As a work in progress, you're always going to be changing. Even when you're resistant to change, you're always going to be changing. And what I find, somebody is always going to be unsatisfied with your progress. Listen, it doesn't matter what other people think about your progress. Don't you know you can declare something? You can want something and then get it, and the process continues to a degree to where you may not want it anymore. And that's okay. Relationships are going to reveal something, man. They're going to reveal that getting what you want, the outcomes, are not necessarily fulfilling. You may ask for something and get it and still be unfulfilled. I need you to understand, just because you want it doesn't mean it's going to fill whatever hole that might exist. Having your ish together is an inside and outside job. In this transactional society, we focus too much on the outside portion of it. There is an inside job that needs to be done. And everything in your life externally could be lined up perfectly. Job, education, woman, house, career, everything could be lined up, and you could be internally impoverished. Let's get to the phone lines, man. Heavy, man, heavy. Sean from Oakland, California, get in there, man. Let's talk.
Wow, so like all the Zoda, giving out the knowledge. I'll tell you what, you just hit it out the ballpark out there in, the...
McCovey Cove.
No, you're Chavez Ravine.
Chavez Ravine, yes. The Dodgers.
That's right. So what I'm saying is, wow. I mean, that's very powerful, because here's the thing. My wife and I happened to build it together, but we weren't really thinking of it that way. You know what I mean? Maybe kids nowadays, because I have to think about, wow, my daughter and, I got teenagers, and they think about things that maybe I didn't think about back in the day. But I'll tell you one thing, they might be not building, and my wife and I weren't thinking about building a foundation of financial and all that stuff, but that's what we were doing together. And I don't know how that happened, and once again, it could have just been one of those things where we just both, looked at each other and said, hey, this is what we're doing, and we just went about our way. But I'll tell you what about confidence, and this is what we talked about the other day, confidence. Look, I call my wife the better half because she is. It doesn't demean anything about me. I'll tell you what, the magnitude of me is freaking awesome. And I'll say that a million times. And everyone who's out there trying to do the best you damn can every single day, you need to tell yourself that. It's not just an affirmation for yourself and all this stuff. You know, believe in yourself. Get out there and do whatever you're doing. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to do all that. But doggone it, I mean, you get out there and you just keep driving hard and have grit, and have that thick skin when people talk trash. Gosh, this is the one thing about a million things that I love about baseball, even though I never made it, like I always say a million times. I have thick skin. I don't care about what some trifling fool says about me that's negative. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can say negative crap about me all day and twice on Sunday, and I'm still going to be driving forward.
Right,
So
that's
I
right.
just want to put that out there. And so, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that, you know, I don't know about waiting to build that foundation or whatever, because the kids today, they can do it their own way. And that's the way I want to develop them. I give them my wisdom, and you give them your wisdom, which is awesome. And I learned from older people when I was a young cat, and I used a lot of that. And then some of my own stuff I used to get through my thing, to be resilient.
Right.
So I think that's how we hopefully can look at this, because there's no perfect way to do it. But I'll tell you what, be confident in yourself. But you know what confidence is? Preparation. Don't just sit back and think everything's going to come your way. Don't just talk a good game. Get your ass out there and do the right thing.
Ooh, come on, man. Sean McCovey Cove. We appreciate you, brother. Town Business. Thank you for the call. Always enjoy the insight.
Thanks, brother. I love you. Have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. You do the same, man. Hey, Ronan from Indianapolis. Let's talk. Come on, get in here, man.
Ludo G, what's going on, man?
Man, I'm in here trying to cook with grease.
Olive oil today, okay?
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go.
The moment I got my fecal faculties together, when I nearly lost my mind and my life, not appreciating what I'm built for.
First off, I'm not finna just let you slide. Your fecal faculties together. What? BS, right? Your bovine feces. Once you got your fecal faculties together. I see you, Ronan. Let's go.
Okay, at the time, I was trying to save myself by saving everybody else, and I paid at every cost, every time. So, in those moments where recovering from a head injury and basically losing almost everything, I had to literally start back from the ground up and rebuild not just myself, but everything around me. So everything I've earned, everything I worked for, I learned to appreciate it and learn how to defend it, especially my reputation, putting weight on my name, and redeeming the time I was squandering trying to be around people who had little to no purpose or were looking for a utility for hire. So that was one of the hardest lessons that I needed to learn, but it's to the point where over time, quite a few people start falling on my orbit.
Wow. Come on, Ronan. That's how you bring Indianapolis into the building, man. I appreciate you as always, man. Thank you for always rolling with your brother, regardless of what platform I'm on. I appreciate you, brother. Wow, Ronan, man. Tonight's topic is I haven't even begun. There's so much for me to talk about. When we come forward, Zoe is going to talk to Banks from Bellflower. I'm going to go to Dallas, Texas, and talk to the homie Truemonger. The phone lines are open for you to contribute. Please share in this most riveting discussion.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Black musicians.
Hey, Haru! I wish we could get there. We have $38.98 in the kitty.
Got a lot to talk about.
That's just a little over 60 bucks.
As the first black woman
We got 100
to
people in here.
original score
110.
City Ballet.
For all the people who haven't done it, if everybody gave $3 on the super chat, we would make $300.
Hold the prestigious honor. Performances of the
If everybody gave $3 for this show,
the Beatles record for the most top 5 hits on
I'm about to drop some jewels. I'm about to drop some cold game. You tell me if what I drop, listen to me. You tell me if what I drop is worth $3.
The state of California.
Y'all can DM me, y'all can email me. You tell me what I'm about to drop. You tell me. I saw that, Sweet D. Thank you. You tell me what I'm about to drop. You tell me if it's worth $3.
Mortgagerelief.com or call 1-888-840.
And listen, like people like Sweet D, people like Heru Ali. If you've already given, I'm not talking to you.
We are facing an unprecedented crisis.
That's right, Heru. Value for value.
Sleeping in parks, and seniors are losing their homes in record-breaking
numbers. If you've already given, I'm not asking you to give again.
We know that all
I'm talking about those who have not given.
It's for good men and women to do
I'm requesting that you guys participate in this movement.
Our neighbors, cousins, and friends who live daily in despair on our streets. The mission is not easy, but it is rewarding. It's impactful. It's
Cali Soul.
It's life-changing. And if you drive by and see someone on
y'all let me know when you get your packages. I've been shipping them out.
The ones who don't turn away, who don't turn a blind eye, who say to themselves, this is
Brandon Terry steps in. I asked for 3. He gives 11.
Call now at 866.
Whoa, Lloyd Hinton.
That's 866.
I asked for 3. He gives 50. Truemonger. I asked for 3. He gives 5. Come on, y'all. We can do this. We can do this. Honors to each and every one of y'all. We can do this. Right now, we're at $104.
So hot. I got my real rate and monthly payment. Had an amazing test drive at the dealership.
No, I saw it, D. I saw it, and I appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
That's so you.
Still not getting it.
Salute to all the super chatters.
What's in your wallet?
Rob B. I asked for 3. He gave me 5. Let's go.
Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the days when I was just a little nigga, I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe could knock a baby hood rat. Y'all remember way back then when it was 1985, all the way live. I think I was about 10. One of those happy little niggas singing the blues that be always trying to bag with the shag and karate shit, saying yo mama black, his mama this, his mama that, then he
Yeah, the voice of reason. Back in the days when I was young, man, I'm not a kid anymore. Don't you know you could grow up in a matter of days, in a matter of weeks? We're going to get into something very, very heavy, man. Because sometimes the pressure of getting your ish together. And I'm not saying one shouldn't strive and aspire to do great things in life. Absolutely. One should put a great deal of emphasis on cultivating and developing and mining their purpose. I think it's part and parcel of being a human. It must be done. But I'm here to tell you, external forces will contaminate it. If you're listening to external forces, i.e. negative voices, i.e. constant criticism, i.e. judgment, and then compounded with internal judgment. Oh man, that becomes a distraction. That becomes a delay. that becomes an impediment for your upward glow up. I'm here to try to inspire something different out of you tonight. Usually somebody else is telling you, you ain't got your ish together. Oh, here we come. Banks from Bellflower. Jump in here. Let's talk.
Brother Zoe, man. Great topic tonight, man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for all your wisdom and knowledge and book requests. And, man, I thank you, man. I really appreciate you.
Nah, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for calling in. Thank you.
Yeah. So about the topic, man, it's just like the last caller was saying, you have to have tough skin, man. You know, I've been with my wife now for almost 15 years. And we just go with it, man. We stick with it. We go through the flow. You know, I'm from the old school, you know. And so, we just naturally survivors, man. We as black people, we naturally survivors. We're survivors.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever comes, we just stick it out and you do what you got to do. And when you're from the old school, you make do what you got to do. If you have to make sugar and water for syrup, you do what you got to do.
Come on, sugar and water for syrup. I had that for breakfast many times, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. I really do appreciate you, Banks. Let me tell you this, man. Anytime I'm on the air, man, I see your name, you getting on the line. You hear me?
Sounds good, man. God bless you, man.
No, God bless you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Truemonger. Oh, wait. Truemonger, I got to give you space. When we come forward, me and my good friend Truemonger gonna have one of them conversations on the Voice of Reason.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings.
I'll tell you where we are right now. We're at 143.95.
Where can I get the best?
Long-time listener, first-time giving. Thank you for putting us up on game all these years. Salute. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank everybody, man. Bernice Parker. Think Tank. I think that's Think TNT. Cali Soul. I appreciate y'all. When I ask you to show up, you show up. Supremacy. One. Rob B, Truemonger, Lloyd Hinton, Brandon Terry. Let me see. Nzinga. It's an inside job. Game is to be sold, not told.
That's 310-817-4166 or visit us at myfathersbbq.com. See you when
I appreciate y'all. Who else we got? Xylon Farrell. Thank you, Zoe, for the show. Thank you. Oh, Vanetta!
Proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years.
Vanetta Colbert! Thank you. And let's thank each other. Can everybody, let's all thank each other. All of the names that I read. Everybody that's in the chat, let's thank each other. Man, I appreciate y'all. So I just finished watching Sad Guru and Right Now. And you right in sync, bringing the flames, brother. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the submit
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
I love the way that's written, Nzinga. I'm copying.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
No, that's... the voice of reason. Just hold on to them dreams. You ain't on nobody's schedule but your own. And if your partner can only encourage you with negativity and criticism and judgment, and comparison, that's not a partner. Oh, just let it float a little. You got to keep your head pointed inward. You have to be resilient. You have to develop this resolve internally. But you can't do it if you're scared. You can't do it if you shame yourself. You can't do it if you judge yourself negatively. Negative self-talk has to be expelled. Listen, men and women, are you with your partner for who they are or what they do for you? I'm going to tell you right now, if you love yourself, if you feed yourself spiritually, a lot of the demands you have for your partner become irrelevant. It becomes unnecessary for you to demand anything of them that you can give yourself. Self-approval, self-acceptance, self-acknowledgement, self-esteem, self-worth. Embrace yourself without judgment, without condemnation, without blame, without guilt, without shame. Embrace the whole you, the complete you, the fractured you, the broken you, the sick you. Embrace every aspect of you, and you won't need nobody else to. Do you understand? 2 types of getting your ish together. There's a societal version. School, education, career, family. Yes, that's that part. But that part is subject to the quality of the internal ish getting put together. When that internal ish is put together, guess what? You start to maximize the present. You start to minimize the past. The future doesn't matter because you're living in your best now. I know you're not ready to hear this gospel tonight. You're living in the best now. The reason you look to the future is because the now is insufficient. Woo! You better break up with outcomes. And you better live right now. And be in your fullness now. This is how you maximize right now. This is how the present becomes a gift. When I come forward, the voice of reason, going back to the phone calls. Come on! Yeah.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Kevin Brown.
That shit fire, yo. We cooking.
Network. A CDC committee is recommending
that shit fire. Theophilus Williams.
The updated shots are designed to specifically target the
Thank you, brother.
Omicron subvariants as well as the
Vanetta Colbert.
Bank of
Thank
America
you.
is offering a new program where first-time homeowners can get a mortgage.
Yo, man, what is this? Thank you.
The banking giant is going to implement the
Deanna.
program in predominantly
Thank you.
Hispanic neighborhoods in cities
Thank
across
you.
the country. The program is being
Thank
offered in Miami, Los Angeles, Charlotte, Dallas, and Detroit. One of the stars of the New Orleans Saints is in legal trouble. Marcus May, who's the starting safety, was arrested on suspicion of aggravated assault with a firearm. In a statement, his attorney denied the allegations. Details on what happened are limited. Bond has been set at $30,000. May just signed a 3-year deal worth just under $30 million. That's the latest. I'm Kevin Brown from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com. Save big water savings with these tips from LADWP.
You have to build up your flint
3 gallons.
in order to hold a fire.
15 gallons. Install efficient sprinkler heads and save 128 gallons weekly. Learn more at ladwp.com/tips.
This is a rather bold pronouncement, but we think we can back it up.
We are on fire up in here.
If you come across the radio frequency,
I am very, very appreciative of the major work y'all putting in.
We sure would like to hear about your discovery.
And this is what I be trying to tell y'all.
That you won't find more shows covering more topics hosted by a more diverse and inclusive.
It doesn't have to be a lot of people in here. We just have to be active when we in here. I don't know. Do y'all feel the vibe? Do y'all feel the energy? Because I damn sure feel the energy. Do y'all feel the energy? Do y'all feel the vibe?
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate
Peace, Chris Walker. Peace. Yes, sir. Mungret Shepherd. Yes, sir. High frequencies, high consciousness. I'm going even deeper. Y'all gonna want to call in. Heru gonna call in again. Heru, y'all gonna want to call in after I'm finna touch on some shit that might make motherfuckers feel a little different. Let him use you. We appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability. The voice of reason.
Come on, anime! Hey, listen to me. You are the best you. What does that mean? You're the only you, so you can only be the best you. And when you don't reach the highest level of what it means to be you, all that means is you've given up on yourself a little bit. You've been distracted. Some of the major distractions in our lives, television, social media, TV, music, dating, relationships. Listen to me. Sometimes you need to reconnect with self and get comfortable in the unknown. See, sometimes in this society, because it's a result-driven society, right? It's an outcome-driven society. In this society, sometimes when you don't get the outcome, you think it's a loss. Sometimes when you don't get the desired result, you think it's a failure. Listen, don't you know sometimes there's something in between yes and no, and that's indeterminate. That's maybe. And sometimes maybe is a protection. When was the last time you got something that you probably shouldn't have got at that particular time in your life? And you tricked it off. You mismanaged it. A perfect example is money. Getting money when you ain't ready to have money and you lose it and you blow it. Credit card. Listen, sometimes no and indeterminate and or maybe is a sign of protection. You don't need this right now. You're not ready for the responsibility of this right now. We got to get comfortable in the unknown that maybe represents. But if you with somebody who is dating you for a particular outcome, the unknown seems to be a direction that is opposite of what they're with you for. Woo! What does it really mean to have your ish together? Truemonger, jump in here, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Oh man. What does it mean to have your internal
feces?
excrement together?
Yes, your internal excrement together. What does it mean?
Well, it takes honesty with yourself. How you see yourself and where your progress is compared to what outside sources may be saying about you, whether it's constructive criticism or whatever it is they're trying, and they may be trying to mold you into to fit their needs or to fit their image of what you're supposed to be. For me, I don't think it was one particular moment. I think it was a series of moments that happened throughout my life so far, and it just kept building up, opening my eyes up to certain things as you gain more experiences in life. The relationships you develop, friendships, girlfriends, whatever kind of relationships you have, you learn something from all of them.
Right.
And if you don't look within yourself throughout all those situations, you're always going to rely on the external stuff and thinking that's going to solve the problem when it really doesn't.
Right. So let me
always start from the inside.
So let me ask you this. You know, I gotta ask you follow-up questions. Truemonger, Dallas, Texas. Let me ask you now. How much time does your purposeless mate have?
Oh man.
There ain't no easy question, is it?
No, it's not. It's not supposed to be. It all depends on if they actually put in the effort.
But what about the quality? What about the quality of person they are? Does that factor in too? Go ahead.
Yeah, it should. If the person, if the people in a relationship are actually looking at each other that way, it should factor in. Everybody looks at each other that way. Some people are looking for outcomes or to get something out of it, other than growing internally and becoming a better person on themselves as they continue through life. Some people want the trenches. They want to live up to a certain image. But I'm like, what good is that image if you're constantly fighting yourself inside, beating yourself up inside, but when you go outside, try to pretend like everything's all good? It doesn't work, because eventually, what you're dealing with on the inside is going to come out. So it's best to get in front of it and try and face it. So I've had situations where, like, if I'm with somebody, I'm usually all in until they really give me a reason not to be, like they put me in harm's way or whatever. But this is some stuff that could be discussed and worked on. I'm not so quick to bail. I'd rather try to work through it, try to get close to fixing it or seeing where we need to progress at or what we need to work on, than just to take off just because I'm uncomfortable.
There you go.
I've had people leave me high and dry just because they were a little uncomfortable. They'll come back years later talking about, I wish I didn't do that or whatever. I'm like, well, show me who you were at that point in time. Kind of did me a favor.
Speak on it. Brother Truemonger from Dallas, Texas. Always a pleasure to talk to you, brother. Always enjoy your perspective and insight. You inspire me. You teach me, brother. And I appreciate you, man. Call in anytime. You already know you got a seat at the table. When I come forward, I'm going to Raleigh, North Carolina to talk to Q. This conversation still has much to discuss.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, these shows be flying.
Who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP accident.
These shows be flying. Where y'all at? Y'all gonna talk to me tonight?
Between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call me your MVP.
Kiara, what's wrong, girl? I thought getting my bachelor's degree was going to get me out of this dead-end job. I just want to make more money. It seems a bachelor's just doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah, you're right, Kiara. Now you really have to get a master's degree to maximize your earning potential.
I know, but with a full-time job, kids, and family responsibilities, I don't have the time to go back to school.
I went back to school for my master's and got it done in 2 years.
How'd you do that?
I went to the California Institute of Advanced Management. They offer slower-paced 2-year MBA degree programs, and you don't need to take the GRE to get accepted. The program is hybrid. Half of the classes are on campus on the weekends, and the other half are online.
Weekends on campus and the rest online? I can handle that. But what if I can't afford to get my MBA?
California Institute of Advanced Management has financial aid and scholarships available, and they're enrolling now for fall 2022 classes. Just go to ciam.edu or call 626-350-1500 to get started today.
What was the website and phone number again? I'm calling right now.
ciam.edu or call 626-350-1500. Enroll for fall 2022 classes and get your future started today. California Institute of Advanced Management. Management that matters.
Spend Labor Day weekend in Las Vegas. The Soulful Summer Nights Concert Series return Saturday, September 3rd with Frankie Beverly and Maze. Performing live at the amp inside Craig Ranch Park. It's Frankie Beverly and Maze. It's the show you've been waiting for. Saturday, September 3rd, Labor Day weekend at the amp in Craig Ranch Park. Tickets start at $65. Available at Tix.com, Sight and Sound Candy and more, and DiamondProductionsLive.com. Wear your all white and come party with Frankie Beverly and May. Labor Day weekend, Saturday, September 3rd, with special guests Kelly Price. Also starring Cupid. Plus Jay White and Sam Calloway. It all happens Saturday, September 3rd at the amp inside Craig Ranch Park. Frankie Beverly and May live. For more information, go to DiamondProductionsLive.com. DiamondProductionsLive.com. Live in 30.
Live in 30.
Is back. You've got questions, we've got answers. Will the Rams repeat?
Chris Walker, thank you.
Lead the Chargers to the playoffs?
Thank you. We are $7 from $250. Do you know this day marks the biggest day we've done here since my birthday in May? Thank you. Charles. Sorry.
Yo, people, all around the globe, you gotta feel me. It's in the music. What you know about drugs and jobs and struggling hard, chasing dreams? What you know about having no car and being cool and no blame? What you know about sacrificing all your wants for all your needs? What you know about loving your child just to find out it ain't yours? That's my pain.
Ladies and brothers, the voice of reason is on fire tonight. The phone lines are cracking. The conversation is good. And Rashawn Patterson in the background. Raheem Devine. They basically the same. I picked the songs. Raheem Devine, man. Forgive me. But that was such a vibe. I wanted to talk over it. Let's get these phone calls in here cracking, man. Q from Raleigh, North Carolina. Talk to me, man.
Yo, what's going on? Zoe, man, peace to everybody. Just want to jump in here. I'm going to piggyback off of the previous call the brother was talking about. It's your season. And not to sound cliche, but for me it took, as far as, you know, having your ish together, it took me to go through a loss. I lost my brother in 2019 and my aunt the previous, a couple of months prior to that. And I tried to deal with the pain and call myself really just lost, but trying to fornicate my way out of that pain. And then it just got to a point where I just had to deal with the grief and getting over that. But during that time period, I was able to just sit still and focus on myself and not be distracted by other things, and just really focus on spirituality and just finding out who I was and get my things, you know, get my orders and my affairs together. But in dealing with women, you know, whether they be high value women who make way more than me, they would look at me as if it was like pride when we got to an argument or whatever, and we just decided to go our separate ways, and they would think that, hey, I'm going to stay for the money, and that's not them looking at me and just seeing a completely different me, and seeing like, wow, this brother is not easily shaken, and I'm not going to move him off of his pivot because he's really focused on his intrinsic value. Mm-hmm. And I think ideally that's what it's all about, you know, when you in your own self-discovery about, you know, what's really important. And it's not, you know, the finance. I mean, all the finances and the status quo still remains, but it's within you.
I like that. I like the intrinsic value. Woo! So many people in relationship miss the intrinsic value. That's like a diamond inside a piece of coal. They be like, what am I going to do with that? They can't see intrinsic value, right? And really, it's end result. It's bottom line. What is it? What is it going to be? That's a great point, Q. My engineer, Andy, was interested to know what your definition for a high-value woman was.
So, for a high-value woman, it's a balance, right? So you want to have, of course, some traditional morals and values as far as her knowing her role, but understanding that it's give and take, and so we're both going to share, you know, that seat behind the driver's wheel. As far as, you know, I don't have a problem if I got $70,000 or $80,000 and you bringing home $100,000. We put that on the table and we divvy it up amongst each other, but still understanding that our unity and us moving together as one, you know, I'm not always going to be the star player, but I also know how to pass the ball and assist and just complimenting one another. But a woman who understands that and isn't, you know, sometimes a woman can be so independent that you don't have any room or space in your life for a man because you've been fighting, trying to be the man, or at least in this world, I understand just like myself that you have to deal with a lot, especially as a woman. But me understanding that and you understanding me, just that understanding and that level of understanding and knowing that true strength sometimes is softness, and true understanding, like you said before, is self-reflection and knowing that, hey, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, but let's work this together. And a woman who knows that, and even without her, when she exhibits it and doesn't necessarily, and leads with her action, to me, that is one of the characteristics of a high-value woman.
Wow, you went with the Tao. I hear you. You went Taoist on me, man. I like it, brother. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the call. Thank you for hanging in there. I got to get to these other calls. We got to rock real quick. Who was on the longest? Heru Ali, Battle Creek, Michigan. Jump in here, brother.
Peace and love to the family of nations, RSO. Listen, I want to give a shout out to all of the family in the chat, the mods, and everybody who heeded the call. They hearkened. In the Bible, the word hearken is to listen with the intention to obey. And y'all went over and above. I want to show y'all love. I appreciate it.
Hark!
Really do.
Who goes there? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Hearken. You know, listen with the intent to obey. When do I think that I got my ish together? Was when I was going through my divorce and losing 2 houses and 3 cars and all of that stuff within the 18-month period.
Why? Because I had 4 babies that I had to continue to make sure that their lifestyle was less affected. I had to sleep in the basement of mom's crib for 6 months. I had to fight the IRS because you jumped me on the taxes, and I could have petitioned to have you pay all that back, but what would that do? That would take away from my babies. I know I always talk about, well, a lot of times I talk about, my experience in my divorce, and it is what it is. I hold no ill will toward my ex, my high school sweetheart. But that is what really made me. I thought that the previous 17 years, we had it all together. 2 houses, her account, my account, you know what I'm saying, the house account. We was doing it big. Well, what you can do with a strong woman, you can build an empire in 20 years. But in 20 minutes, that same strong woman can destroy everything in 20 minutes.
Wow. Brother, it sounds like that situation grew you up internally.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, I'm not even mad at them no more. I know I talk about it a lot, but I'm not mad at them. I'm really not. And some folks who are, my circle is very small, they say, oh man, you playing the victim. No, I'm not a victim.
You almost did it. Boy. Come on, man.
I'm victorious because I'm better for it. I had to go through all of that pain. Listen, all of your pain, the ancestors designed that to make you to be victorious.
Right.
So go through it. Go through it, experience, overcome. Peace and love to the family of nations.
Man, we appreciate you. Battle Creek, Michigan in the building. Let's jump over to Denver, Colorado. Cali Soul is in the building. Cali.
Positive vibrations, family.
Yes.
So, I came across you a few years ago, and when I first started listening to you, you were going real hard with Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
And, y'all were talking about black women realistically looking at black men and not being so judgmental and being willing to, date men that are outside of what we think is our social class or, social confines or whatever. So I did open up my heart and my mind and began to, date someone that wasn't necessarily what I would look at as in my social class. And that's the person that I'm with right now, and it's very interesting because I've done a lot of spiritual work, and especially in regards to what you call generational assignments. And I'm grateful that you gave us the term generational assignments, because looking at things as generational curses is not a very powerful juxtaposition.
Right.
When it comes to healing. So I've been working through these things and everything, and he really is really good. My current partner is really good at calling me to the rug on things that I do. And he's, recently told me, he's like, man, you're the most zen person I know, but you're so judgmental. And I was like, oh, shoot. Because, I thought that because I had grew a little bit, through listening to brothers like you and Antonio and other brothers out there, like, oh, you know what, I can't date a blue-collar man and such and such. But then I realized, like, I'm still, what we call in West African tradition, shining my eye. Or in American tradition, looking down my nose. And it's like, I still got work to do. I'm still a work in progress. And I'm grateful that I have people around me that are not my yes people, even in my tribal friendship circles and stuff. Like, we take pride in calling each other to the rug, like, yo, you gotta work on this still. This is still a thing with you, so
right.
I'm still a work in progress. And my term that I came up with for being zen and judgmental is zenjumental.
Zenjumental. The peaceful judge.
Yeah. It still don't make it right. That's a big ego thing.
Like, listen, sweetheart. I love you, but you're ugly. We appreciate it, Callie Soul. Thank you so much for sharing. Zenjumental. We love it. So again, Zoe ain't perfect. My big issue is I'll listen, but your tone and delivery has to be right. Right? I'll consider what is said, but it has to be said in a way that is palatable to me. And I'm big enough to say my internal ish is not totally together. It's a lifelong process. And when I look back at how far I've come, you know, I can't extrapolate any moral victories. Because I look ahead and I go, wow, I've got a long way to go. So my internal ish isn't together, right? And what's interesting is in relationships, I find that people whose internal ish that isn't together, it just appears to me, and I could be wrong. This is why I'm using the word appears. It appears to me that they have a longer leash than the person who doesn't have their financial and social-ish together. Am I wrong? 1-800-920-1580. This is my thought. Sometimes I just feel like the inner-ish gets a longer rope. Is that wrong? Am I off? Right? Let me tell you how to get to this inner ish. How to deal with the inner ish. What is my intention for today? What do I intend to do? Honestly, earnestly. What do I intend to manifest? Right? What do I need to do for my body today? Right? Start developing and cultivating a mindfulness practice. Do I need to take a walk? How do I start my day with purpose? Right? How do I begin to cultivate my purpose from the moment I open my eyes? How often do I check in with myself during the day? When I come forward, the voice of reason is going to talk about this internal ish some more.
While your friends dress fly in junior high, what you know about grandma's words when she said one day, boy, you gon' shine. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Ronan, thank you for ordering. Thank you for ordering, Ronan. I'm going to pack it up and ship it out tomorrow, Ronan. Who else wants their reason? He is risen. Hey, stop going to the liquor store and getting those liquor store dick pills. This is all herbs made by master herbalist Dr. Russell. Listen, herbals. I was going to say his last name. Russell Herbals. Go to russellherbals.com. Trust me, look at his detoxes. If anybody used any of his detox programs, you know. The herbs he used are the highest quality. Don't stop at the liquor store and get a $19, $20 dick pic. Dick pill. The fuck? Don't do it. Alright? All you gotta do is come here.
This is a rather bold pronouncement, but we think we can back it up. across the radio frequency.
Russell Herbals.
More variety and more diversity on the air than KBLA Talk 1580. We sure would like to.
And there's 10 of them in there.
You can search. You're confident that you will find more shows covering more topics, hosted by a more diverse and inclusive lineup of talkers than the squad we have.
Trust me.
At KBLA Talk 1580.
And y'all let me know when your packages arrive.
History and humor, issues and events, empowerment and entertainment, all in one station. What's really going on? Free enterprise. KBLA Talk 1580. Oh yeah. We got a lot to talk about. King Kong ain't got on me.
Small changes create big savings in a drought. Follow these conservation tips from LADWP to help make a difference and save the drop. Shorten your shower by 5 minutes to save 10 gallons of water. Brush your teeth with the water off and save 3 gallons. Run only full load.
He is risen.
15 gallons. Outdoors, upgrading to water-efficient sprinkler nozzles can save 128 gallons per week. For more conservation tips, go to ladwp.com/tips. Don't waste another drop. We've got this, LA.
How to crypto. Purchase, profit, earn passive income, and partner in philanthropy. How do you do it? I'm here to show you how. Text 212-665-4418 and ask for me, Nicole Franklin. I'm your co-host of the radio series Before You Go. When I'm not on the air, I'm the COO of a cryptocurrency firm. We're 3 Quality, and we make it our business to teach you how to crypto. How to purchase, how to profit, how to earn enough to give to those in need. Let's explain it all and use a portion of your course fees to cover your first cryptocurrency purchase. Send me, Nicole, the COO, a text at 212-665-4418. That's 212-665-4418. Learn how to crypto with a crypto COO.
KBLA Talk 1580, putting the spotlight on culture and community. The Rodney King Foundation works in the community to promote positive race relations and achieve social justice. The foundation provides advocacy, educational scholarships, and the powerful Walk in Love initiative. The Rodney King Foundation seeks a world of hope, tolerance, and social justice, where divisiveness has been overcome and all people live together peacefully and harmoniously. Executive Director, Founder, Laura King is striving to enhance the community's self-esteem, health, social services, and social justice locally and worldwide. The foundation is dedicated to continuing the message of Laura's father, the great Rodney King, to promote peace and #GetAlong. For more information, please visit rodneyking.org or call 626-541-2907. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
Where next?
you earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium
You guys
travel
also did an
benefits
amazing
and
job
access to over
on the likes.
1,300 airport lounges. The
Appreciate
Venture
every
X
one of
card
y'all
from
for
Capital
liking
One.
this video.
What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural,
You better get back.
adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN.
I was about to say.
The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Come on. Cool in the gang. The Voice of Reason has returned to KBLA Talk 1580. I want you guys to understand. Don't celebrate a distraction. Celebrate an event, right? A moment in which you've overcome something that has been holding you back internally. That's worthy of celebration. Oftentimes we want to go to the party so we can run away from the work that is needed, from the work that is necessary, right? Let me tell you something about mindfulness. It is estimated that 95% of our behavior runs on autopilot, something I call fast brain. Now, this is according to mindful.org. I want you guys to check this page out. Mindful.org. It is estimated that 95% of our behavior runs on autopilot, something I call fast brain. That's because neural networks underlie all of our habits, reducing our millions of sensory inputs per second into manageable shortcuts so we can function in this crazy world. These default brain signals are like signaling superhighways, so efficient that they often cause us to relapse into old behaviors before we remember what we meant to do instead. So, again, sometimes we feel stuck. Sometimes we feel like, man, I'm never going to get out of this situation. I'm confused. I'm lost. A moment of mindfulness to observe yourself without judgment, without condemnation, could provide a reprieve, a breaking up of this type of autopilot. Mindfulness is the exact opposite of this process. It slows the brain, right? It's executive control rather than autopilot, and enables intentional actions, willpower, and decisions. Listen, you want to do something with your life. It's okay to take inventory, but you must take inventory without judgment. And as I mentioned earlier today, I'm about to say something to y'all that might be controversy, might be revolutionary. Men stand on their words and on their behavior. And I'm here to tell you, you're more than that. Okay? I'm here to tell you that's not even the tip of the iceberg of what real manhood could manifest in this world. What real manhood could provide. I'm about to say something that might be controversial. You heard me mention the famous linguist, right? Alfred Korzybski. Alfred Korzybski said powerful things, right? He says the definition creates the condition. We define things with words. He said the map is not the territory. Words create the maps. Letters, symbols create the maps. So many men would rather hide behind a map than actually be the territory. The map is not the territory. The GPS doesn't tell you the condition of this slick. Is oil in the road. There was a crash. It gives some information, but it doesn't give all the information. So many men stand behind euphemisms and platitudes and protector, provider, yet underneath all of that, controller, manipulator, user. See, men have to learn to be the territory and stop trying to be the words in the book. Stop trying to be the map. The map is superfluous. The map does not have or contain the power of the territory. And now women are seduced by the map. See, when you're the territory, understand, she's not going to be like, oh, you didn't deliver. She's going to be able to see what you are. A lot of women do see what you are, brothers, regardless of what you say. But she's going to be able to see it. It won't be no way to escape, won't be no way to justify, won't be no way to, I didn't see. Yes, you did. You knew what you were dealing with. You knew who he was. Listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. Alfred Korzybski, in his book Science and Sanity, an introduction to non-Aristotelian systems and general semantics. Aristotelian, Aristotle. Aristotle had black and white knowledge. It's either logic. It's either this or that. He said the objective level is not words and cannot be reached by words alone. We must point our finger and be silent, or we will never reach this level. The objective level of reality is not the word. This is why everybody is focused on doing something. Let me do for you. Let me show you. And women are doing intoxicated. They get intoxicated by the incessant doing until the high goes away, or they find that the high is connected to a lie. Whatever. They'll find somebody else to do it then. I hope you guys are hearing what I'm saying. The average man sounds like a comic book. Why do you say that? So it's filled with cliches. Yeah, I'm here to protect. I'm here to show up. I'm here to provide. Just the basic script. You're not the script, brother. I love the way Alfred Korzybski worded it. He said the map is not the territory. Brothers, you are the territory. Your impact is greater than what you say and do. And I'm here to tell you, when you tap into this objective reality, there's really nothing you can accomplish in this life. There's really nothing you can't feed your own soul, which takes the burden off of your woman mimicking how your mother loved on you. She can love on you in an authentic way, her way, not the way that ain't nobody love me like mama love me. Ain't nobody loved on me like mama. You see men running around trying to find that woman to love on him the way mama loved on him. No. You are the territory, brothers. And please understand, this philosophy goes both ways. It's bi-directional. Women, you're the territory too. You're not what you tell yourself. You're not the negative self-talk, right? You're not the negative talk you heard when you were growing up from men, from intimate relationships, from family members. You're not that talk. We're not going to get distracted by that which keeps us stuck. We're not. We're going to break up with all of that. We're going to start cultivating mindfulness. We're going to create new patterns. We're going to refresh our triggers daily. So back to mindful.org. Say you decide to use sticky notes to remind yourself of a new intention that might work for about a week, but then your fast brain and old habits take over again. Try writing new notes to yourself. Add variety or make them funny so they stick with you longer in terms of the memory aspect. But again, I've said this before. When you walk into a relationship, your job is not to get a person to fit what you haven't worked on. Your job is to see how you show up. If that relationship fails, there should be no way you turn around and blame somebody else if you were always focused on how you showed up. Was I disrespectful? Was I contradictory? Was I hypocritical? Was I combative? Was I angry? Did I lose my cool? Was I accountable? Did I take ownership? If you walk into the relationship looking for you, these opportunities will manifest themselves for you to course correct. But you don't want to course correct because you've been taught that somebody else is the problem. You want to break out of your inner BS? Learn how to challenge yourself in everything that you do. How often do you take shortcuts on important tasks? How often do you take time to just sit and reflect in your space? How often do you take time to hit the reset button? How often do you have personal letting go sessions? What, Zoe? Yes, a personal letting go session. Maybe you add a journal to it and you journal on the things that need to be released. And you begin to build a session out by yourself that says, these are my intentions to release, or this is my intention to release these things that I've held on to for far too long. To release these things that have slowed me down in terms of my glow up, in terms of my grow up. Men, you're more than your word. Yes, your word is bond. But if you're a work in progress, what you declare is bound to fall short sometimes. Men put an impossible standard on themselves. Oh, my word is bond. Okay, I get it. I get the word magic. I get it. But if you're a work in progress and you're constantly working on yourself, you may declare something in one part of the year that in another part of the year may no longer be in alignment with you. And if you're a man, you step up and you say, what I said then does not apply now. Now, the opposite side of that is, can you be with somebody who does that? Can you be with somebody who will tell you the truth? Things have changed. Any proposition containing the word is creates a linguistic structural confusion, which will inevitably give birth to serious fallacies. I don't know if they're ready for this, man. I'm gonna go to, when I come forward, I'm gonna break this quote down, but I gotta read it one more time. Any proposition containing the word is creates a linguistic structural confusion, which will eventually give birth to serious fallacies.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear.
Y'all not ready.
With Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Governor Gavin Newsom has a water supply strategy.
Y'all not ready for what I'm about to do.
And climate change. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. In this historic drought, the Golden State leader, Governor Gavin Newsom, has a plan that increases California's water supply and combats the extreme weather patterns caused by climate change.
Y'all quiet in here. Do y'all hear what I'm saying?
California's water supply strategy, adapting to a hotter, drier future.
Y'all are awfully quiet. Do you hear what I'm saying?
In water recycling, storage, and desalination. While there were some that disagreed with parts of the plan, others are confident it's a step in the right direction to protect the state's
Who hears
quality of life.
what I'm saying? Like, who really?
Urgency to combating
Man,
drought.
who hear what I'm saying?
And that was your K-Black Minute News.
We are facing an unprecedented crisis. Families are sleeping in their cars, youth are sleeping in parks, and seniors are losing their homes in record-breaking numbers. However, at the Good Seed, we realize
I really hope y'all are picking up what I'm laying down.
It's for good men and women to do nothing. We stepped up to the call. Will you join us and help bring back our brothers and sisters?
No. It's the opposite. Flex ill. It makes it fluid instead of rigid.
It's impactful, it's meaningful, and it's life-changing. And if you drive by and see someone on the street and it tugs at your heart and your conscience, then you are who we're
Yes,
looking
sir.
for.
I hope
The ones who
y'all
don't turn away, who don't
are
turn
following
away
along with
who
what
say
I'm
to
saying.
themselves, this is solvable.
The Good Seed is hiring case managers. Starting salary of $48,000 a year with a generous car allowance. Call now at 866-JOBS-GSC. That's 866-562-7472. Or log on to goodseed.team. Did you know fixing outdoor leaks can save 27 to 90 gallons of water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water wasters. Conserving water.
Hey, is Jeff in here? He got in here too late.
Home and in the yard, like adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation so you water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
Like bones, your teeth lose density, become weaker over
Live and
time,
30.
which can lead to tooth decay. And that can make your visit to the dentist feel like this.
Here we go.
But if you want your dental visit to feel like this, try new Crest Densify. Crest Densify actively rebuilds tooth density to extend the life of teeth by remineralizing enamel. New Densify from Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America. Smile, Crest has you covered.
More of the Voice of Reason with ZoWhatShow right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
I've said sorry over 1,000 times.
Mary J. Oh, that's Brandy. Man, I pick all the songs myself. What is it? We Only Human? Human. Yeah. Come on, Brandy. Man, I love Brandy. Super talented sister. So when I came forward, or I've come full circle after coming forward. And I was breaking down this Alfred Korzybski quote. Alfred Korzybski was a semanticist. He dealt with language. He said any proposition containing the word is creates a linguistic structural confusion which will eventually give birth to serious fallacies. Alfred Korzybski. Do you know what that means? Scientists, quantum mechanics took this principle and they created a language called E prime, English without is or to be. Why? Because at the fundamental level of reality, they recognized they couldn't tell you what anything is or was. They couldn't tell you something is this or it is that. Because at the fundamental level of reality, it's all one. So any proposition containing the word is, or are, or to be, right, creates a linguistic structural confusion, which will inevitably give birth to serious fallacies. How many times in your relationship somebody told you what you were, told you what you thought, told you who you are, told you how you are the problem, told you how you failed? You don't have direct access to my reality, as I don't have direct access to yours, but you're going to tell me who I am? No. Getting your ish together is your process. And I'm here to tell you, language is limited, and there is an unlimited power within you that is capable of creating whatever you desire. You just got to get organized about it. Find out what stresses you out. Create a priorities list, right? You got to do that. Study yourself. How addicted are you to, excuse me, sorry. How addicted are you to social media? How often do you check your emails, right? Ask yourself how much time you spend playing video games. How much time are you on Instagram or TikTok? See where the fat is in your calendar, how much time you waste, right? How much time do you waste with people that don't encourage you or lift you up? You want to get your ish together, you got to cut out the fat. Ask yourself these questions. What gives your life meaning? What brings you joy? What brings you grief? Right? Oh man, what gifts do you bring to the world? Listen to this one, man. How is life calling you? Have you heard life's voice? How is life calling you? Oh Lord. Where or why does the world need your gifts? How do you want to make others feel? What will be memorable about you? What do you wish you had more time to do? And I'm going to tell you right now, somebody on the sideline while you asking yourself these tough questions is nothing but a distraction. I started the conversation. You finish it. Danny Morrison. And of course, Robin Ayers coming up next to keep the bonfire going. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Deuces. Oh. We hear you, Zoe. I hope so. You guys did a wonderful job today. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the support. Nothing but love. Deuces.